Okay, I think we are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to your daily dose of awesome. Your live 15 minutes of daily motivation, inspiration, and education so you can get your day started right. Today's topic, a little interesting. So, I'm actually going to be telling a story. So, it's on creating a worldwide brand while living with mom. And if you guys seen my documentary that I did a few years ago, then you probably know a little bit about this. But I want to actually go a little deeper, and actually, I'm checking to see if I'm currently live here on Facebook. It looks like I am. Let me bring myself up. Okay, I'm not. All right, I'll try again in a little bit. All right, so so it's a little bit about my story, but first, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ferny Ceballos. I'm a lead generation online marketing expert, specializing in helping home business owners, that's network marketers, affiliate marketers, direct sellers, multiply their incomes using the internet. Now, I built my first six-figure network marketing business within a couple years of discovering the information we teach here at Elite Marketing Pro. And over the past 10 years, I've been responsible for over $11 million in gross income into my home businesses, and have helped our clients produce hundreds of millions of dollars more in their businesses collectively. And so what we teach absolutely works, and I'm actually going to walk you through a couple scenarios today on how it is you can develop a worldwide brand to create or build anything you want, whether it's network marketing or something beyond that. So if you're new to our training, I highly recommend you subscribe. You go to you subscribe to these daily lives, but this is how we deliver our most impactful content. So on the top right corner of this video, you can click on the top right corner, and then it'll open up a menu where you can like our fan page, which will unlock all our content, and also subscribe to these daily lives that we do every single day, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we bring on six-figure, seven-figure, and eight-figure marketers as guests as well that we interview, or I'll go fly solo and deliver some training based on my experience as a $1 million earner in the home business space. So if you're watching this on desktop, also, you can simply click on our logo right above the description. That'll take you to our fan page. Click on the like button to unlock all the content, and then also on that same button, there's a pull-down menu where you can basically turn on notifications and make sure you get a little ping on your phone that lets you know when we've gone live, and you can join us live, or you can choose to watch the recording later. Up to you. So totally cool. Let me. All right. So let me see if we are live here, and then I can get going. I was trying to pull it up on my other phone here, but it's definitely not working. There, right? All right. Let me see if we are live here, and then. What is up, Scott? How's it going, brother? Good to see you, man. All right. All right. So I'm going to monitor comments here while we're going. So let me. So creating a worldwide brand while living with mom. This is for a long time, I kind of hid this story. I hid the plain truth of the fact that for a big part of the beginning of my career, I was actually living with mom. And so I'm going to tell you why that was in a little bit. In part, it was for my own financial decisions, and in part also was to take care of mom, pay her bills, and all that stuff. But let me backtrack and tell the story, because it's something I don't talk about very often. So. But there's a point, it gives you some insights as to how it is a brand is actually created over time, how it's created intentionally versus how it's created accidentally, almost, kind of like what I talked about yesterday. So back in 2005, I made some bad, real estate investments. And so the market was hot. I wanted to get in, and that was my mistake. So it set me up pretty much for disaster for the next 5 to 7 years after that, and I didn't even know it. But the kind of like the downward spiral started happening around 2006. Basically, I was living with mom to pay the mortgage on that investment. My intention was to actually live there, but it turned out I couldn't afford it, and it was a subprime type of deal, so mortgage skyrocketed. So I had to rent the place out in order to cover the mortgage. And so by 2008, the housing crisis hit, so things got even worse. I ended up basically defaulting on the mortgage because I just couldn't afford to pay it anymore. And it was, it had ballooned beyond what the rent was. and a foreclosure began. So I went into foreclosure, and in 2009 I lost my home. So I was foreclosed on, even though I tried to sell it. I had lots of offers on it, and the bank just wouldn't accept any offers. They had some hubris. They wanted more money, even though the market was like diving. And so I lost the home through foreclosure, and believe it or not, almost lost my mom's home. I was $60,000 in debt, and I was responsible. My entire time since graduating college, I've been responsible for paying my mom's bills, and so, so I still paid her bills, but even then I was falling behind in her bills, and almost lost her home. I was literally 1 month away from that home going into foreclosure, and so that's what's happening between 2005 2009. And fortunately something saved me around 2009 and into 2010. And what saved me was my business. So, hey, Katie, how's it going? What saved in 2009, 2010, what saved me was my business essentially. Because in 2005, in parallel, at the exact same time that all this financial stuff is happening, I also was doing something else in parallel. And so in 2005, I started in network marketing, and I had initial success, but pretty much I was able to recruit and do really well, but my organization was not, and so they weren't able to duplicate my efforts because I didn't know how to teach them what I knew or how I did it, and so and I pretty much as quickly as I brought them in, they were dropping off or just wouldn't do anything, and I had burned out. By 2006, about 9 months into the business, somehow, for some reason, I went online and found attraction marketing and learned the concept of branding yourself, creating you Inc. And so, in 2008, between 2006 and 2008, I basically intentionally understood what branding yourself meant, how it's done, through attraction marketing. As we teach our Elite Marketing Pro, have been doing this for over 10 years, and I started to passively recruit. So I started I started building an email list, building an online presence, built the proper structure, websites and marketing structures to be able to start building a list, and so started to bring people into my business. I started creating multiple streams of income. By 2008, I had quit my job, and I started growing my brand, and I would. Some people would approach, a lot of people would approach me, email me or whatever, contact me saying, hey, what company are you with? I'd like to work with you. I'd set up a website where I very much set the terms of what it took for people to join me. So I qualified people. I said, this is not for everybody. If you want to work with me, this is this is what's required. And then if I needed create a surge of new fresh blood in my business, I'd send an email and a bunch of people would come in. In that email, I'd say, next 5 people I'll work with who join my business, I'll work with personally, and then applications would roll in, and so things started rolling in 2008, and so obviously I'd quit my job at that point. I had multiple streams of income going, and so by 2009 I was making 6 figures in my network marketing business, and multiple 6 figures with my brand, with other streams of income that I had created through products, through affiliate marketing, coaching, etc. And so by 2012, I had my first $1 million year in collectively with all my income streams. So it was the first time I made $1 million in 1 year, which was really freaking cool. And so that, when your accountant tells you made $1 million, you're like, wow, that's nuts. And since then, I've done over $11 million in gross income into my home businesses. I stopped actively building in network marketing, I think between 2012 and 2013, to focus on basically this, helping you guys, as many others have done in the space. And so that's the interesting story. So on one side, I basically was destined for financial disaster. As soon as I made that real estate investment, it was written. There was nothing I can do to turn back the clock on that. It was written that I was headed towards financial disaster. And at first I didn't know it. I pretty much figured it out as I went along. On the other side, I was growing personally, and I was growing as an entrepreneur, and I was growing my business. And, bottom line is, my business choices, the choices I made in this industry, the choice I made to build online and develop a brand outlasted my mistakes. So I could have, most other people in that situation would probably not have not figured out that they need to hustle and run with their business in order to prevent the financial mistakes. Most people think that they have to get over the financial hardship first before they can do anything else in their life. I was doing both in parallel, and it's a very difficult thing to do because the financial hell that you're going through affects your mindset, affects your thinking. But I just happen to have the ability to kind of just compartmentalize that part of my life, and just focus. And my reality was here. My reality was on my business and serving people and rocking it. And so I built intentionally. When I discovered attraction marketing, learned these concepts, I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was working towards. There was no, it wasn't by accident that I created an affiliate income or a coaching income or a info product income in addition to a network marketing income, and also direct sales. I was in direct sales as well online. And so I had all these income streams, and I had done it all intentionally. And so yesterday I talked about building intentionally versus organically, and kind of told Julie's story, which is a really cool story too, where she got started in network marketing and started basically, because out of necessity, started building online. She didn't want to do list of 100 friends and family, home parties, home meetings, hotel meetings, wanted none of that. And, so all the stuff I did initially, she just chose not to do from the beginning, and just went to Facebook and figured it out, and recruited through Facebook. 80% of her organization, multiple six-figure income organization, was built online, was built through social media. And so what happens with people who build on social media is, especially in network marketing, is without intending it, they start developing a brand and a following. So Julie, that kind of just happened organically. She's actively recruiting, passively recruiting, meaning, like I talked about yesterday, in the difference between active and passive recruiting, she started having people reach out to her and wanting to join her business, much like was happening with me as I was building my brand. So it's just organically happening where people are reaching out to her, and then so eventually she outgrew her Facebook presence, her social media presence. She's like, okay, well, I guess I should maybe start this other side of me. I should start creating a fan page, and so many people are asking to work with me or asking for my help. I'm going to start this business fan page where I talk about network marketing and strategies for network marketing. So started a fan page. She, not too long after, started created a website, not really knowing what she's doing, and set up a page where she's offering coaching, and then added an autoresponder thing and started building a list. People start reaching out to her coaching, and pretty much her calendar fills up right away. So all these people hire her, and she has no time. And then and so she starts doing Facebook Lives, and just that builds up. She creates, she starts creating products, training products. So it's kind of like organically happened. The difference is that with Julie, what was really cool is that it did happen organically, but there was no kind of structure or plan in place. It kind of just happened. And so there's that part of it. What the cool thing now is that we're working with Julie, and obviously we launched a product with her inside Elite Marketing Pro called Social Media Recruiter, on how you can kind of like build organically without even needing a website initially. But at some point you're going to need a website. At some point you're going to need to be intentional with what you're doing, and Julie wanted to get intentional, which is the whole reason why she hired a couple of business coaches, one of those coaches being myself, inside Elite Marketing Pro, to help her create structure and intention around building a brand. So whether you like it or not, as you grow in network marketing, you're going to develop a brand, and you want to be prepared for it. And the difference is, for me, I was able to plan how I grew, when I grew, and how fast I grew, because I had the intention. I knew how it was done from the previous years of study and experience from my mentors, Tim Irway and Mike Dillard. That's something that Julie kind of found by accident, but at some point it's going to be something you want to do. And so my recommendation is to actually be intentional and say, I want to develop a brand. That's where I'm going to go. You're going to develop it anyway. So even if that's not your goal, even if I just want to build my network marketing business, I just want to grow that, whatever. And that's totally cool. But if you're going to build on social media, if you're going to build, period, you're going to develop a brand whether you like it or not. The question is, are you going to make the most of that opportunity? And Julie has chosen to make the most of that opportunity. I made the decision from the very beginning to make the most of that opportunity. And so, obviously, the starting point is going to be social media recruiter, starting, with recruiting strategies, active and passive, and evolving into attraction marketing. And that's all taught within Julie's course. So the beginning of attraction marketing is for beginners is taught at the end of the course, and of course, my ebook, Attraction Marketing Formula, goes into depth about being intentional with that brand. And so that's my lesson for today. Be intentional with what you're doing. You're going to make progress a lot faster, and you're probably going to be able to reach your income goals a lot faster. Julie didn't have any financial disasters to deal with, so cool thing was that she was able to kind of just organically grow, and it was no big deal, and there was no pain or stress. But if you're somebody that's in a financial situation where you got to kind of make some things happen, you have to be intentional. You have to have a plan. And so, attraction marketing formula and social media recruiter, in my opinion, in today's day and age, work hand in hand. One teaches you to be intentional about your brand. The other one teaches you the nuts and bolts of building network marketing quickly through social media. And when you combine the power of both, you're going to make the progress you're going to make, hopefully, if you do the work at the rate that you want to make that progress. So hope that makes sense, guys. I know I covered it a lot. What's up? Matt's watching. Hey, Katie, how's it going? You're very welcome. I'm glad I could share that story. Obviously, I'm not living with mom anymore. In fact, I didn't move out, so I got kind of so comfortable there that I didn't move out of my mom's house until I think 2012, between 2012 and 2013. I was already doing millions of dollars online. And at that point, it was just like, well, I mean, some other things happened personally where my mom, got sick and we needed to take care of her. And she's fine now. But the other thing was just like, I wanted to see how far I could take it. At that point, it no longer became a point of like embarrassment. It's like, yeah, I'm $1 million earner and like I'm still living at home. You don't need fancy cars. You don't need a fancy house. You don't need the bling. You don't need to fake it until you make it type of deal. What matters is your skill set and that you're, doing it intentionally. So thanks so much, guys. That is it for today. That's our daily dose of awesome. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to, these last couple of days, I'm going to try to bring on some guests, that are big earners in network marketing. So stay tuned. I've already told you I'm committed to doing that. And so tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. If you have not already invested in Social Media Recruiter, go to the link in the description. You'll have about an hour to get it at a 50% discount. I highly recommend it if you're brand new to all this. If all the things I mentioned about branding and attraction marketing and building online, if this is all kind of foreign to you, then you need to go to that link. You need to get that training and learn from the very best. So take care, everybody. Have an awesome day.